everybody? Hello, welcome back to the channel. A little bit of news today, Dead Joe Gaming. How y'all doing today? A little bit of news today going on. Very interesting news that broke the internet last night, dealing with Star Wars, and we'll get into Star Wars in a separate video. But today's going to be about Marvel. Okay, so let's just get right into the news. Captain Marvel 2 reveals new release date, roles, and is going to add Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau. So Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, she is the lead protagonist for the new Marvel's Avengers game. She's getting her own Disney Plus TV show. She's pretty much one of the first Muslim superheroes, so it was a pretty big thing. According to Collider, Captain Marvel 2 was announced today, or again, today being yesterday. But it will add Monica Rambeau, played by Tiana Paris, and Miss Marvel, played by Iman Vellani. Kevin Feige mentioned as a further example of how Marvel is prioritizing the integration and interaction between its numerous properties across film and television. This is something I wish DC would have done, but I digress. I know Captain Marvel was first set in the 90s, so we don't need to even really talk about that. But this is great. This is great. I'm glad to see this. I'm curious to know what time period this movie will be set in, and I'm really excited to see Miss Marvel making her debut. Now I'm wondering if this Miss Marvel's debut is going to be in the movie or in her own TV show. I'm not sure. But it's great to see her coming in. It's great to see Monica Rambeau coming in. Monica Rambeau is also going to be... So Monica's also... Let me just give you a little thing on Monica. For those of you that have seen the first Captain Marvel, she is the little black girl. Her name's Trouble. Captain Marvel calls her Trouble. She's going to be playing the grown-up version. This lady, Tiana Paris, is going to be playing the grown-up version of Monica Rambeau. In the comics, Monica was known as a character named Photon, who had similar abilities to Captain Marvel. So it's great to see more diverse characters being explored for the movie. So that's one movie that got announced. So next we're going to move on to Hawkeye. So Hawkeye Disney Plus TV show was underway. A lot of set photos released in New York. So we have Kate Bishop being the main character that's going to be alongside Hawkeye. Now, Jeremy Renner's coming back to reprise his role as Clint Barton, obviously, with Haley Steinfeld. Haley Steinfeld, now I know she played in a lot of movies, but I first saw her in the movie Bumblebee, which was an amazing movie in my book. But Haley Steinfeld is coming back to act as Hawkeye's daughter. She's suited up. I'm going to be posting pictures. Excuse my dog. I'm going to be posting pictures of her costume. It looks pretty good. But it's a traditional purple costume. She has a bow and quiver on her shoulder. You know, it looks pretty good. You got like a little Under Armour design going on under there. So they also have set photos for Luck, which is the pizza dog. I don't know anything about that. I'm not the biggest knowledgeable person on Hawkeye, to be honest with you. I know of him. I know little things about him. My main question is what time frame is this movie going to take place in, or this TV show going to take place in? Is it going to take place before Infinity War or after Infinity War? Now, seeing as though his daughter is, semi-grown, I'm assuming it's a little after Infinity War, maybe a lot after Infinity War. There was a rumor that the guy who taught him how to use a sword, in the comics he was an Avenger who was a swordsman, and he taught Hawkeye how to use a sword. I'm wondering if that's the same guy that taught Hawkeye how to use a sword when Hawkeye became Ronin. So I'm wondering if we'll see more of his backstory of when his family dusted, and then that point all the way up to when he was in Japan and Natasha found him. Now, there's also confirmed reports of Yelena, Florence Pugh's Yelena, coming to the TV show. Now, that's very interesting because Yelena is going to be playing Black Widow's sister in the upcoming Black Widow solo movie. And there's a lot of speculation and rumor going around that. A lot. There's a theory that the Black Widow that was in Infinity War was actually Yelena in disguise as Black Widow, and that the real Natasha is still running around somewhere out there. Mainly because in Infinity War she had the blonde hair. Yelena has blonde hair. Black Widow also had the same exact jacket Yelena wore in the trailers for Black Widow. Again, just theory, but it's just fun to think about. Okay, so Hawkeye is looking really, really solid right now. So that's Hawkeye that got announced. Pretty obvious. So She-Hulk. Now this is funny, and I'm gonna tell you why it's funny. So originally it leaked, and I want to say it leaked maybe a few months ago, that Tatiana Maslany would be playing Bruce's cousin She-Hulk. Now, a little bit after that came out, that rumor came out, she shut it down. She said, "I'm not playing She-Hulk. There have been no talks." Well, now it's confirmed. So, the rumor's been swirling for months, and this is coming from Collider. Marvel Studios finally confirmed that Tatiana will be indeed leading the upcoming Disney Plus series She-Hulk. Part of Kevin Feige's Marvel's presentation during Disney's investors call today, the main She-Hulk cast was revealed, and it's pretty great. I'm reading everything from Collider. So Mark Ruffalo will be reprising his role as Bruce Banner, obviously, and Tatiana as She-Hulk. But then we have Tim Roth. Tim Roth, the guy who played Abomination, is coming back to play Abomination from the 2008 Hulk movie. That's awesome. Now I'm wondering if the leader is going to be in there. So the leader was the guy, and a little bit of the Abomination's blood started dripping into his open wound. His head started morphing, and we just never saw him again. Like, especially for the MCU, we just never saw him again, and that was kind of weird because normally you do see characters again, especially villains, at least once, or at least they're mentioned, right? But the leader we just never saw. So She-Hulk does not have a release date, has not started production, so it's a little ways off. But Kevin Feige stressed that because Tatiana's character is a lawyer, you never know who else from the MCU might show up from episode to episode. So expect this to be cameo heavy. Woo! Yeah, boy. So talking about lawyers, we might see a little Daredevil. We might see a little Charlie Cox in there. You know what I'm saying? So Kat Carriero, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and a new Valia are on board to direct the She-Hulk series with Jessica Gao as the head writer. So it's just looking really solid. It really is, and I'm just fucking excited. I'm excited all around. So She-Hulk got confirmed. I'm just gonna quickly run through all these. Another unsurprising thing that got confirmed, but we already knew was a thing: Moon Knight. So Kevin Feige released new details. This is coming from comicbook.com. So we got Moon Knight. Kevin Feige described Moon Knight as an Indiana Jones-like adventure, directed by Mohammed Diab. The official description for the series confirms that Mark Spector's specific alternate personalities will be their own characters in the show. Huh. It centers on the character Mark Spector, aka Moon Knight, a complex vigilante who suffers from dissociative identity disorder. Multiple identities who live inside him are distinct characters in the series and will appear against a backdrop of Egyptian iconography. Wow. So what has not been confirmed is if Oscar Isaac, previously known for his work in Star Wars and X-Men Apocalypse and the upcoming Dune TV show or Dune movie, Oscar Isaac has signed on to the series as a titular hero or not. So that's not confirmed yet. We don't know what Oscar Isaac is doing. He actually just got confirmed to be playing Snake in the upcoming Metal Gear Solid movie. So I'm wondering if this is even going to be a thing for him. But yeah, Moon Knight is definitely a lot of people's on top of a lot of people's list, you know. So it's just very interesting to see what they're going to do with this, if it's going to be mature rated. Moon Knight, I know in the comics, Moon Knight is definitely pretty overkill sometimes. So It's just I'm wondering what this show is going to be rated. So yeah, Moon Knight, man. Moon Knight's definitely going to be a thing. Then we got some other stuff going on. So Marvel also announced a Secret Invasion. So Marvel Studios announced 5 new Disney Plus series from Earth to Space. So Secret Invasion is now confirmed to be a show based on Marvel's Secret Invasion event. So the Secret Invasion event in the comics was basically an event which involved the Skrulls invading Earth, and you didn't know who was who. There were Avengers, there were imposters, and stuff like that. So apparently, this show is going to be revolving around Nick Fury, which makes sense because at the end of Spider-Man: Far From Home, it was revealed that Nick Fury and Maria Hill were Skrulls. They were Talos and his wife, so they were Skrulls. Nick Fury was actually on the space station, the Sword space station, in that end credit scene. So a lot of people were wondering what was going to be the upcoming result going forward from that end credit scene, and now we have our answer. We are getting Secret Invasion, baby. This shit crazy. We getting Secret Invasion. This is big. This is really big, and this might actually spill over into Phase 4. This might start setting up Phase 4 because the Skrull invasion. We know that from Captain Marvel, there are good Skrulls, right? But there's obviously bad Skrulls too. You know there are. So I'm assuming that we're going to dive deeper into that aspect of the Skrull. So that's great. Then we got Ironheart. So Marvel's developing a series. This is all coming from Polygon. Marvel is developing a series for the teenage hero Ironheart with Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, a young black girl from inner city Chicago who reverse engineers Tony Stark's armor to become the protector for her neighborhood. Basically, for the darker side of what happens when Iron Man tech falls into the wrong hands. So that's great. That's great. And again, I mentioned diversity. Obviously, I'm black. Okay, I love to see more diversity in these TV shows than in these movies. Okay, I love to see it. Whether it's a black girl, black guy, Muslim, Spanish, whatever, I'm glad to see this. So Ironheart is a great addition for a Disney Plus TV show. Then we have something that no one saw coming, including me. Armor Wars. So Armor Wars is a series based on Marvel Comics Armor Wars. So Don Cheadle will return as War Machine, aka Rhodes. And no other information is really known about this TV show yet, which is fine. You know, it's just I do want to learn more about it and what's going on, and if this will tie into Ironheart. I'm wondering what will come first, this or Ironheart. Okay, we got a lot of other like little things that got announced. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special and I Am Groot. I Am Groot will be a series of shorts featuring new characters from around the Marvel Universe. And then we have the first live action Christmas special. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, written and directed by James Gunn, will be shot during the production of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and will hit Disney Plus during the 2022 holiday season. So not a lot of information is really known about that either. So next up, we have Thor: Love and Thunder, Christian Bale. Now, Christian Bale was, I think he was confirmed to be a part of the cast. We just didn't know who he was playing. There was a lot of beta ray bills going around, but it's now confirmed that Christian Bale will be playing the villain Gore the God Butcher. And this is coming from /film.com. Gore the God Butcher, an alien creature who sets out on a mission to kill as many gods as he can. So, you know what this is telling me? This is telling me that Thor is going to die. This is what this is telling me. Thor is going to die. And because Chris Hemsworth already announced that he's signed on to do like multiple more Thor movies. But I'm assuming Gore is going to kill Thor, and then that's going to bring in Jane Foster's Thor to fight Gore. And but the Gore has been speculated to be the main antagonist for the new Thor movie. He was only introduced in Marvel Comics maybe 6-7 years ago, like roughly. Just as a backstory, he's an alien creature whose homeworld was destroyed despite his people's prayers to their gods. Convinced that the gods have abandoned their creations and driven by hatred, he sets out on a mission across the cosmos to kill as many gods as he can, naturally bringing him face to face with the God of Thunder. Any details, like full details, have yet to be revealed for the movie. But like I said, Natalie Portman's Jane Foster is back for the first time since Thor: The Dark World, and is expected to take up the Thor mantle. So, Thor: Love and Thunder is scheduled to hit theaters May 6, 2022. Very exciting news, people. And now we have Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly return in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania with Kang the Conqueror. So, I mean, not the title I would have chosen. I mean, you know, it's definitely not the title I would have chosen, but you know, it's not a bad title. It's definitely not a bad title. So, um, Kang the Conqueror is basically a time traveling entity. I know at one point he was I mean, he's mainly perceived as a bad guy, but then sometimes he is perceived as a good guy. A good guy. A lot of people are wondering how they're going to do Kang the Conqueror. If he's going to introduce Galactus, I don't know. Obviously, we do know. Here's my theory. Now, in Ant-Man and the Wasp, there was when Hank went to rescue Janet, there was a little city, a quantum, and it's clear as day. It's a quantum city that was revealed. It's quick, but if you pause it, you can see it. A lot of people, including myself, are speculating that that's where Kang is, and that's where he has been this whole time, and that Hank rescuing Janet kind of gave him the opportunity to kind of slip through the cracks and come back to reality. Now, as to why he's waiting until now to do it, I'm not sure. Maybe he couldn't have gotten dusted, actually. Cassie Lang, daughter of Scott Lang, Paul Rudd, reprises his role as Ant-Man alongside Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne/Wasp. Joining them are returning cast members Michael Douglas as Dr. Hank Pym, Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet Van Dyne, and Jonathan Majors, who is one of the main characters in the Lovecraft series. He is going to be portraying Kang the Conqueror, with three-time repeat Ant-Man director Peyton Reed returning behind the camera. I think this is actually the first time one director has completed a trilogy for a Marvel movie, so that's pretty cool. Really not a lot of information is known except for the cast, at least part of the cast, and the title. So, good news. I mean, again, I wouldn't have chosen that title, but you know, Kang the Conqueror, a lot of people say that he's wasted in this movie, that they should have saved him for a big bad. But like I said, there was a couple of instances where Kang was portrayed as a good guy trying to help, like his younger self was trying to warn the Avengers about his older self, basically. Maybe this is what it is. Maybe this is what it is. Maybe his younger self worked with Galactus and he saw that it was the wrong decision, so maybe he went back in time to try and rectify his mistake. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this movie, but regardless, it's great news. Then we have Blade. So Blade was announced as a Marvel property, confirmed to be a Marvel property, a couple years ago, actually. Blade is my second favorite Marvel character. My first being Deadpool, obviously, but Blade is my second favorite Marvel character. No one knew if Blade was going to be a TV show or a movie. All we knew was that Mahershala Ali, great guy, he played Cottonmouth in Luke Cage. All we knew was that he was going to be playing Blade. So, with that said, it was confirmed yesterday that Blade is in fact going to be a movie and not a TV show. Kevin Feige also did confirm that Blade will delve deeper into the supernatural aspect of the MCU. And go more into the horror aspect, which is great because this is a change of pace that we need. We need a change of pace for the MCU, and I think going into the horror aspect of that is a great thing. So, America Chavez confirmed to be a part of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So, America Chavez is a part of the Young Avengers. I don't know much about her, honestly, so a part of the Young Avengers, a lesbian and Marvel's first Latin American LGBTQ character. So that's pretty cool. But she's going to be making her debut in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is great. So that's all the Marvel news. We got a couple of trailers. We got a What If trailer. I just uploaded my Loki reaction trailer, so go check that out. Be on the lookout later today for my Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer reaction, official trailer reaction. And then tomorrow I'll be uploading my WandaVision trailer number 2 reaction. So I'm going to be reacting to the Marvel's What If series as well. I'm looking forward to that. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I will be covering the Star Wars announcements as well, so definitely be on the lookout for that video. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.